Why Educate to Space exists. Welcome to Educate to Space with Hoffman, where I'm on a mission to create the most inspiring and well-rounded education movement ever. My goal is to use this vehicle to uplift millions of kids and families worldwide by filling the inspiration and execution gaps that are all too prevalent. As a parent myself, I'm all in. It's no secret that the world is changing faster than ever. AI is here to stay, technology is improving exponentially, the economy is fundamentally shifting, geopolitical landscapes are reorganizing, many jobs are disappearing while new ones are created, and the list goes on. Humans have never seen a rate of change like this, at this scale, and it's our kids that are growing up or will grow up in this new and ever-changing world. Kids need a modern education to be prepared and thrive in this world. Put simply, education has to become more alive, inspiring, and practical. The world is not as it was, so education methods and practices must advance and evolve to keep up with the times. This is near and dear to me. I'm a dad, builder, engineer, entrepreneur, founder, and someone actively searching for an educational path, community, and methodology that is up to my standards and fit to prepare my own kids for the modern world. For as long as I can remember, I've been enamored by the edge of what's possible: space travel, electric circuits, robotics, computers, machinery, health, finance, and the list goes on. I let those passions guide me through an electrical engineering degree, an internship at NASA, 5G cellular electronics design, entrepreneurship and real estate investment, and now business advising, fractional CTO work, and building and exploring the edge of what's possible in education as we move through these exponential times. It's the most exciting time to be alive with the right perspective, and the sheer amount of unknowns and lack of clarity in most things due to the rapid pace of advancing AI and supporting technologies is forcing people like myself to look in the mirror and take action on lifelong callings and passions. I've been in AI since 2016. I've built robots, businesses, a family, and have been chasing the edge of what's possible. I love it. I'm an optimist by nature, but I'm also very grounded in the realities of being a human, having a family, and I'm deeply humbled by the power, magnitude, breadth, and scope of the forces at play in the age we find ourselves in now. This has led me here. Education is the foundation of humanity. It's our programming, skill sets, mindsets, experiences, and upbringings that shape who we become and what we do with our lives. Collectively, this shapes humanity on Earth. This isn't a secret. In fact, I'd say it's common knowledge at this point. I want the best possible world for my kids and for others, as do so many other parents around the world. The question now is, how do we help our kids grow into capable, grounded, optimistic, curious, and future-focused and future-ready humans in this exponential modern world? Personally, I don't see something out there right now that checks all the boxes I'd like to have checked. Nothing that's really as inspiring and well-rounded as an educational path can and should be. There's so much knowledge, wisdom, amazing people, and mentors around. I know we can do better. We must do better. In an exponentially changing world, we need an exponentially adaptable, advancing, grounded education method for our kids, for all kids. This is very important. In fact, it might be one of the most important things humanity can spend its time and resources on. So Educate to Space is starting from a simple place, one foot in front of the other, building towards that mission, learning publicly, finding the people already doing great work, and pulling it all together with an inspiring wrapper to do as much good as possible. Inspiration is a key pillar of what ETS is about, because it's the spark, the fuel, and the motivation that makes kids and people in general love to learn and become lifelong learners. It sets a frame of mind that uplifts them in a positive way so that way they can help uplift others as well. Well-rounded development is crucially important as well. Humans are complex creatures with many angles of being, each needing attention and nourishing. Mind, body, character, creativity, technology, relationships, nature, adventure, practical skills, to list a few things, are all critically important and part of a well-rounded education. We know what kids need. We know what people need. This isn't anything new. All of the pieces just need to be pulled together and made more accessible and more executable to set a higher standard for what a great education looks like. Let me continue to paint a picture of what this can look like. Inspiration sparks a child into wanting or finding a mission to work towards. Motivation pulls them to practice, improve, and keep showing up. And examples of capable, adventurous, and grounded people show them glimpses of who they can become. Mentors build trust, confidence, and raise their standards. Peers and friends keep them company while moving in a positive direction together. and the proper environments create places where the rhythm of learning and creating is natural and celebrated. This isn't some utopian vision of education. These are just some of the basics of how humans thrive and learn when properly equipped. Educate to Space is here to work towards this, to create the most inspiring and well-rounded education movement ever, with the goal of uplifting millions of kids worldwide. The goal of the show is to support that mission and goal. I plan to have many conversations with parents, educators, founders, mentors, builders, operators, technologists, adventurers, and frontier thinkers around the aforementioned topics. I'll write and record solo episodes like this one, highlighting what is being learned while building and discussing important and relatable topics around educating kids for the modern world. I'll cover real family experiences and experiments, education ideas, AI, tech changes, space and frontier themes, health, entrepreneurship, and practical capability, for example, all while staying grounded in the mission and long-term goals of Educate to Space. I'll strive to be optimistic, but not naive, ambitious, but grounded in family dynamics, future-facing, but physically and emotionally real. The world's got enough noise, and families and our kids need clearer signal around education. If you're a parent, educator, builder, mentor, sponsor, founder, or someone who resonates with us and believes families and kids deserve a better educational path, I invite you to follow along. Please subscribe, share this with others, and help our movement find the right people. If you'd like to get involved or reach out, you can do so by visiting our website, educatetospace.com, or finding the links in the show notes and description. Until next time, thanks for listening.